Welcome, Sheepdog Nation, to another episode of Sheepdog Nation podcast with me, your host, Autumn Clifford. I'm really excited to have you here. Today we have a fucking kick-ass topic. I'm very excited about it because it's really partial and near and dear to my heart. So what we're going to be talking about today is females in law enforcement. Is it different or is it the same? And I'm here to tell you it's fucking different. And I'm going to get into it with you. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you all my perception, everything I've experienced. And the reason I want to have this conversation is there's a whole lot of misconception going on around here. I'm tired of looking at fucking Instagram and everyone thinking that if you want to be a fucking female cop, you better be, fucking hot. You better be wearing your makeup, putting your hair fucking just right. And you better be, a fucking size 2 bodybuilder. Like, I'm tired of that. That's not what makes a good female fucking cop. And that you don't have to be that way to be a female cop. And I'm tired of people saying that. I heard a lot of shit from guys when I was in the job and that females and girls would make it difficult, or they got everything handed to them because they had a vagina. Well, let me fucking tell you something, bro. Fuck no, that's not right. I'm not going to say there's not some leniency, because there is, but I'm going to tell you, I've seen so many females passed over for a ton of trainings and promotions. And I've been in 3 different departments, and every single department it's the same. And my fiance is in a department, and we kind of see the same things. And so it's 4 different departments I've been able to see up close, and personal. And I see what's going on. And it's not because you have a vag, you fucking become colonel. Because let me tell you something. Look at this. Look at the statistics. Not every fucking head of a department is a female. All right. Know what I'm saying? So this is what this episode's going to be about. I'm really excited. So we're going to dive on in. As always, if you are not following me on Instagram, I'm at The Lady Sheepdog. I'm really bringing the heat there as far as the female's perspective. That's really what I'm going to start going after. I'm going to be, sharing that with you guys. I just think it's really fucking needed. I've had a lot of future female, like law enforcement officers reach out to me and they have no idea what the hell's going on. I myself didn't have any idea what was going on. I really came into this with my eyes wide shut, and I really am on a mission to change that. So, follow me there. If you're not in our Sheepdog Nation's closed Facebook group, you're more than welcome. But I'm just going to give you a little piece of advice. When you come in, I ask 2 fucking questions. That's it, boys. Fucking 2. And nobody is answering the questions. So I have a fucking waiting list about a mile long of people trying to come into Sheepdog Nation, but I'm not letting just anyone in there. So if you don't have a second to answer those 2 questions, you're not coming in. Okay. And I'm saying that with so much love, but that's how I'm going to keep that, I'm going to keep that community closed and protected and safe for us. I don't need just any fucking asshole coming in there. All right. So let's dive on in. Straight up, first off, if you don't know anything about me and you're like, who's this bitch thinking she is, she gets to fucking talk about this? Well, I'll tell you who I am. So I have been a police officer since I've been 20 years old, turned 21 in a police car. I worked the road for almost 7 years, but unfortunately I got hurt. So I'm medically off the road. It sucks. But the only way that, not only way, but one of the ways that I really feel like I can still continue to serve sheepdogs and my blue family is to do what I'm doing, have this podcast, have a Instagram, have a Facebook group, and really provide support in a different way. And really talk about the truth. There's no politics behind me. I don't represent any agency or anything like that. So I can literally say whatever the hell it is I want to, and I'm going to. Whereas I know for a lot of you can't do that. So don't worry, your girl got your back. I worked for 3 different agencies. I've done a lot of things. I had a lot of certifications. I still do, certified to teach at the academy, and I did. And I also got certified to become a defensive tactics instructor. I'm also a 2nd degree black belt, martial arts instructor, fucking whatever, right? So I've done all of those things. So I know a little bit about what's going on. I've got a bachelor's degree and I'm halfway done my master's in criminal justice. So, and I'm marrying a state trooper and we have a canine. So It's a little bit all around me. It's a little bit of my life. That's who I am. All right, so let's dive on in. So the first thing I wanna just like preface all of this is I'm not complaining by any stretch. Don't think this is gonna be a bitch sesh because it's not. I'm not complaining. I'm just gonna tell you the truth. And I'm gonna be honest with you, like I'm very hard and critical of people, especially females going into law enforcement. I'm critical of them because I'm gonna tell you I had my ass handed to me when I, first started in. But you know what? It was the best thing that could have ever happened to me. And I just want to pass that along. I don't want, women thinking that, or men, I don't want anyone thinking they can just fucking come into this and you can be some fat fucking slob who doesn't fucking work out, who doesn't know how to shoot a gun, who can't talk to people. Like, I don't want you to think like that's not what we want. Like, I don't want that, representation of, Sheepdog Nation. However, okay, you are going to gain weight. A lot of people do gain weight in the job. That happens. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when you first come in. Now, do you have to have a six-pack abs? No. Girlfriend never did. I'll never have six-pack abs. I'm good with it. I like fucking chocolate way too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm good with that. But that didn't mean I didn't work out. That didn't mean that any given time I was on the job, I couldn't pass, academy standards, because I couldn't. I made sure I worked out doing that every single day. That was a really big thing of mine. Okay, I'm going on a rant. I'm sorry. But basically what I want you to know is that I'm definitely not shitting on the job. I'm not shitting on this. Like, I love this. I love the job. But the thing is, what I want you to know that it is different for a female. It just fucking is. Okay. So the first thing that's different for a female, okay, straight up, the moment you decide that you are going to be going into law enforcement, there's some things that we need to go over. First thing, the way that you act, the way that you dress, and the way that you talk from the day fucking one that you are in college, that you decide that you're going to apply to a job, whatever, it fucking matters. It matters because you are being judged fucking second by second by everyone around you. So we all know the girls and guys who decided that they're going to fucking major in criminal justice, because we all know that fucking major is not a hard one, right? Or at least for, I went to college, it wasn't that hard. Or maybe it just wasn't that hard for me. But it wasn't that hard. You see these fucking people that would just show up, in pajamas to class pretty much, partying all night, partying all the time. The social media is a mess. I mean, the person themselves are a mess. And you're like, what are you doing to prepare for the academy? Like, what the heck is wrong with you? Like, you don't even resemble a police officer, right? And I'm not saying that they don't get jobs. I'm just saying, don't be one of them, because guess what happens when you become a cop? Before you do, when you're in the hiring process, cops go and do, like detectives, they'll go and do background checks on you. And they'll go and they'll talk to your teachers. They're going to talk to your friends, your peers. And if you're somebody who was remembered as like being a slob or just showing up to college as a fucking drunk or whatever, half naked half the time, like, trust me, like that's not going to be good. Okay. That goes for both male and female. But females, I will tell you that you are judged, because I'll tell you right now, like, I'm fucking judging you as a female cop, and I see future female law enforcement officers. I'm judging you. And it's not because I don't want you to succeed. I want you to succeed. But I'm going to tell you straight up, I've been on the road with enough male and females who didn't know what the fuck they were doing. They were terrible fucking backup. And that when shit would hit the fan, they'd stand behind me. All right, listen, guys, I'm not a small girl, but I'm not like fucking huge. I'm 5'6", and 150 pounds and fucking, yeah, I mean, I'm all right. But fuck, that don't mean go stand behind me. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that. Even you, 6 foot fucking 5 male, fucking 250 pounds. Like, I don't need to go stand behind you. Hell no. I'm going to stand beside you. That's what backup does, right? Well, that's what I'm trying to say here. And that's really important to me. And I'm going to dive on in. And I really had a plan on how I was going to talk about everything, but man, it just lights me the fuck up. So I go on rants. And so if you're new to me, then just be prepared, because I'm going on rants. But anyways, like, you're continuously judged. Okay. So your hair needs to be, pulled back, especially like when you are interviewing, when you're doing anything that pertains to the job, not all the time in college. I'm not saying like your hair needs to pull back all the time in college, but like, like specifically for the job, make sure your hair's pulled back. If it doesn't need to be down. You don't need to look fucking pretty, okay? And I know as females, like we want to look our best. That's great. Like I want you to look your best, but that does not include fucking having your hair all up in your face, because what you want to do is you want to get yourself in a position to show your future agency what exactly you're going to be looking like as a female, like officer. Like they want to know that. And if your hair's all down, you're wearing like a low cut shirt and you're wearing fucking stilettos, I'm over here like, this girl's trying to be a fucking hairdresser. She is not trying to be a cop. Get her the fuck out of my station. Like that's literally, I've had those conversations before, when we're, hiring people or, talking about it. That's not it. Like you need to show up in court clothes, what you would wear as a police officer, which are going to be smaller heels, 1 to 2 inch heels. If you want to wear heels, wedges are even better. Yes, you can wear some makeup on your interviews. Just don't fucking cake your face. There's no point of that. Your hair, it doesn't necessarily need to be all back, but half up, half down, or like a little bit pinned back wouldn't be a bad idea, because again, like this isn't a beauty contest. Like we don't need you to get in on your looks. We need you to get in because of who you are and what you bring to the table. Okay, straight up. I don't give a fuck what you think, because maybe you're like, oh, I'm pretty, like they'll let me in. Believe me, sister, you do not want that to be the reason they let you in, because a lot of fucking hell comes from that, and you don't want that. The way that you talk is huge. And this is something that I'm not going to lie, like I really love talking about, and I'm going to make a show about this, and don't let me forget. But it's command presence. Now, command presence is something that's taught obviously in the academy. It's obviously taught on FTO. But there is something to be said about command presence right from the get-go, okay? Command presence is the way that you hold yourself for anybody who's not a cop, okay? Because if you are a cop, you're ready to punch me in the face because you already know what command presence is. But if you are not a police officer, let me help you out. Command presence is just how you show up. Like, like whenever you see somebody who's just very confident in themselves, they don't necessarily need to be cocky, but they're confident, their shoulders are back, their voice is, it doesn't shake. They just are very poised, very confident. I don't know how else to explain it to you, but they just show, confidence is all I can think of, but I know that there's other words. Anyways, that's what you want to do with the way that you talk, the way that you move, the way that you dress. You need to have very good command presence, on duty and off duty, meaning like in the uniform and not in the uniform. And that's something that I really pride myself with. And it's something that I think a lot more females need to understand. That is going to help you so much in this job when it's in the department, whether it's on the road, and everything in between, because the guys need to learn how to, they need to learn to respect you, and you've got to earn that respect. And I talk more about that later, but just going to touch on it now. And the more confident you are, but not cocky, and the more you just, exude confidence, the less they're going to fuck with you. Okay. I've learned that firsthand. But like I said, you're getting judged constantly. So, talking like this and and giggling and all that shit, this is not the time or place for it. But a lot of girls get it fucking twisted because they've never had this much male attention before. Well, guess what, sister? You got fucking tits and a vagina. And I'm going to tell you right now, these fucking guys ain't even going to know what hit them. Right? Especially if you're halfway decent looking, they're going to be all about you. And that we're going to be talking about that, because that's a fucking problem. And that's why it's different for females. It'd be different. It'd be the same fucking thing if the department was full of females and some good looking fucking guy comes in. All the girls would be like, fucking, hey, what's going on? You know what I mean? It's just how it is. But you've got to set yourself up for success. And so many times I just see these fucking girls and they just flirt and, flutter their eyes and all this shit. And I'm like, listen, I want to fucking punch you right now, because what's going to happen when I take you on the road? Like, are you even going to listen to your FTO right now? Like, are you even going to get your shit together? No. So don't do that. If you're brand new, don't fucking do that. If you're going into the job, do not do that. And if you're on the job and you do that, stop fucking doing it, because it's annoying. Okay. The next thing that I want to talk to you about, especially if you're a female, but males listen up to, is social media matters. Okay. If you got a bunch of half naked pictures of yourself And fucking, I mean, you really want to pay attention to that because it'll bite you in the ass. Why? Well, because like I said, like I said before, fucking, we have fucking background investigators coming through and fucking they're going to go through all your shit. Believe me, I don't know if you want the chief seeing you with your fucking tits hanging out. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you do. Maybe it don't matter to you. But I mean, unless it's in some sort of fitness like category, I can tell you I had my fucking ass handed to me. I had a picture of me in a bathing suit and my fucking boobs are pretty much hanging right out. And a state trooper or whatever on one of my background checks, like, was like, Autumn, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, I was 19, 20 years old. I didn't know. Nobody fucking told me. I know it kind of makes sense, but I didn't put two and two together. And yeah, well, anyways, that was very embarrassing because they do not want their professional police officers like showing this stuff. They don't, they just don't. They want you to be professional. They don't want to be embarrassed because what happens is shitbags are going to get a hold of your fucking photos. And then what are they going to do? When you arrest them, they're going to plaster them everywhere. And an agency just doesn't want to deal with that. Okay. So you're kind of CYAing for you and for the agency. So really remember what you're posting on social media. And you got to remember, like, that shit doesn't really go away. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. It really just doesn't, people will save those photos and, it'll haunt you. So go clean up your social media right now if there's anything you need to clean up. And if not, just keep that idea in your head, moving forward, especially like if you had a big bitch session, if you ever got pulled over before and you got ticketed. Don't be one of those people that fucking post on your wall where the speed traps are. Like, come on, you're going to be a cop. Like, what the fuck, right? I can't stand that shit. And I see it all the time. And it is so fucking annoying. I'm like, dude, you're trying to be a cop, but yeah, you're going to post about where speed traps are. Like, are you dumb? Are you fucking dumb? Right? So don't do that. Okay. So as a female and a male, this is the same stuff, but I think the females just have to deal with the things that I'm talking about. But both female and males, you both have to have thick skin. You do, straight up, okay? As a female, my middle name was bitch and cunt on the fucking daily. No problem, okay? You cannot let anything faze you. You cannot show anybody that anything phases you. Guys would, try to get in my face and they'd call me that and they'd, oh, you're such a cunt. And I'm like, you think that fucking bothers me, brother? Fucking come on, bring it. That didn't bother me. I've only been called that fucking every day since I started my career. And believe me, you won't be the first and you will not be the last. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've got to get that mindset of like, yeah, that's all you got. Okay, can't you get any more fucking creative? That's what I used to tell guys on the road. Not like the guys I worked with, but people call me names. I'd be like, yeah, that's all you got? If I can get more creative, buddy, or girls. The girls are going to call you. They're going to call you a cunt a lot too. And you just have to kind of get used to it. It's just, who cares, right? You got to look at where it's coming from. Who gives a fuck? Move on. Don't let it bother you. If that shit bothers you, then this is not the job for you. Okay. And the next thing that, you really need to have thick skin about is whether you are or not a slut, you will be labeled as one. That's just how it is in the female officer world. And, I'm sorry about that. I am. But you can fix that. Very early in my career, I put myself in a position where I was labeled as that, and rightfully so. I wasn't a slut, wasn't sleeping around, but I got with an officer, and it was not the right thing to do. I'm not going to get into it because there's a whole lot fucking more than just what I said to it. There's always fucking 10 sides to every story. You know what I'm saying? But everyone fucking called me a slut. Everyone. And so I literally had to fight my way out of that. I had to fight my way out of that. And the only way I figured out how to do it was this, okay? I never got with anybody who was on my department again. He was on my department. He worked in a different section, so we didn't work together, but he was on my department, and that's why I got that label. Okay. But so I made a vow to myself. I said, listen, I'm never getting with anybody on my agency. Never, ever, ever. I can go any other agency's fucking free game, but not my own agency. Okay. So that might be a little hint of advice for male and females, but specifically females. Okay. It just ends up fucking messy. I promise. So I made it, I did that. And then I did the things that I'm telling you. Like I did not flirt with the guys that I worked with. I just didn't. I'd ask them questions. I'd talk with them. I get to know them. But there was no flirting. I was not flirting. And let me fucking tell you, sometimes they want to flirt with me and you just have to shut it down. Like, dude, I'm not doing that. Like, shut the fuck up. And they'd be like, oh, okay. All right. All right. You know what I mean? And because I eventually, dug myself out of that, they respected me again. And then I got invited to go out and have a drink with everybody as like a shift. And that was cool, right? Because then I was back to being one of the guys. Trust me, you want to be looked at as one of the guys, as a female in law enforcement. And when I say that, I don't, some fucking people are going to go and take that way out of context, but calm the fuck down, because that's not what I mean. I just mean, I think that females obviously have a huge place in law enforcement. I'm going to talk about that. But I also think that you kind of need to just blend in a little bit, because walking around and being a beautiful female, it's not exactly going to fucking help you in law enforcement. You're around a bunch of dogs all fucking day long. I mean, just trust me, okay? I've been there. I've done that. I've seen a lot of girls do that. I've seen a lot of pretty fucking girls come in and flaunt their shit, and no one respected them. They just didn't have any respect, myself included. I didn't fucking respect them. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Put some goddamn clothes on and wipe that fucking makeup off your face. Like, you're not here to look good, okay? You're not. You're just fucking not. Look good on days off. Look good when you're not fucking, you're not a cop. But like, that's not why I sign up to be a cop, And listen, I'm not saying guys don't need to hear this. There's a lot of pretty boys that need to hear this too, but that's not who I'm talking to right now. I'm talking to the girls. So, we talked about all that. So your guard definitely needs to be up, as a female going into law enforcement, or as a female law enforcement because you already are in there, or even just female first responders. Like, your guard needs to be up, okay? Like, I just got done telling you, like, you work with a bunch of dogs, okay? Half of the guys that you work with are not trying to work with you. They're trying to, work on you. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to work you in more fucking ways than what you just think they're doing, okay? And that's the truth. I mean, that is the straight up truth. I can tell you that everything I've told you above, plus, I fucking maintained a relationship with Adam, and he's a state trooper, and they all fucking got to know him. So once they got to know him, they were like, yeah, fucking, nope, I don't even want to talk to her, because she's like not even, nope, like, she's way fucking off. And like, a lot of them like and respect my fiance. So, I'm definitely off limits. And so, that definitely helped. Okay. I mean, I'm not saying you have to fucking, get with another guy in the career and the job, but I'll tell you, it helped. It helped. And he definitely wasn't on my department. So, don't be getting with somebody on your department either. Unless you have a huge department, then that's one thing, but I didn't have a big department, and I was not about to do that. Okay. Okay. So, here's the thing. Okay. Here's the thing, ladies. I'm not saying that you can't kind of let your hair down here and there, but you don't get to do that for the first year that you're on the job. And I mean that too. Like, you don't get to do that. I never fucking did that. And it benefited me well. The people that I saw let their hair down and just kind of fucking shoot the shit and just really say these things and just, it just kind of, you have to understand, like, it just kind of sends this message, and you don't want that. You need to be very professional. From the minute that you fucking step foot in there on your oral board, you need to be very professional. You need to be professional from like how, what you say, how you look, what you're putting out there. You need to just set the bar and let them know that you're a professional, that you're not fucking here to fuck every goddamn guy that is wearing a badge. Cause I'm going to tell you something. Women, the wives, they will outcast you so fucking fast, and you will not be invited to anything. So that brotherhood, sisterhood that everyone talks about that I absolutely love. I'll tell you right now, I've been on both sides of it, because, when I first got in and a fucking guy, I hung out with this fucking guy on my department, like I was referencing above. Well, fucking let me tell you something. I was not liked by anybody, right? Okay, so I'm telling you all this, not because I haven't walked the fucking walk, man. I've done this. This shit's stupid. Like, don't do what I did, but nobody taught me, and there was no female for me to look up to. And, the females that I did look up to, they had their own fucking issues. And so nobody ever really taught me. So I'm teaching you, don't do what I did. You want to be in the brother and sisterhood, not on the other side. And you just got to be professional. And I know you might be sitting here going, yeah, though, that fucking sucks. Cause the guys are big goofballs. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And you're going to see like rookie men be goofballs before you get to be a goofball. But if you can just take advice from me, just set the bar and be professional. Now, that doesn't mean you can't joke around and shoot the shit with the guys, but you need to be professional about it. When it's time to be professional, stay professional, because what happens is it starts going down the slippery slope of fucking guys giving you shit, and then they get inappropriate. And that's happened to me on multiple fucking occasions. Like, all the time. And that's why I'm telling you to fucking avoid that. Avoid being told these things that are fucking awful and would be, they would be considered sexual harassment, but I wasn't that way. I was not that kind of girl. I'm like, fuck that. I'm not going to go and make a big deal of it. But sometimes I'd have to pull an officer, I have to pull one of the guys to the side and have to tell him, smarten the fuck up, dude. You're not going to fucking speak to me that way. Like, who the fuck do you think you are? And what it is they all get going and they all, get, all rowdy and stuff. Listen, I'm not shitting on like the guys either. I'm not saying every guy in law enforcement is like that. They're not. I know that. But there's a few of them that are, and you got to put them in their fucking place. But here's the thing. I don't open yourself up for that. You know what I mean? And not that it's your fault, because it's not your fault. And it wasn't my fault either, because I didn't fucking open myself up for it. But, a way to, avoid that as much as possible is to just be professional. Just be professional, there's not much else I can say about that. So here's something that like a lot of women come to me and they're like, I really want to be respected, obviously. And that's earned, by the way, and I'm going to talk about that next, but that's never given. You don't just get that when you get into the law enforcement, when you get into the career, whether you're male or female, you do not just fucking get respect. And I'm a believer of that. That's old school, and I'm good with it. I'm totally good with it. But here's the thing about being a female. Well, here's the thing about being a new officer, but this is specifically female. This is like magnified. You have got to build trust within the ranks. Now, like I said, it's the same thing as a male or female, but a female, you're going to have a bit of more hard of a time, okay, than a male, because typically males, they're more athletic, or, they're stronger or whatever, and they're bigger. And so, it's just like everybody just assumes that they're fucking, they got it together more than you do. Well, I can tell you the number one reason why I've seen that is because of the lack of command presence, okay? The lack of command presence in females is astonishing. I think that it's just not natural. Women are just not naturally confident. That's fine. It's something we can work on. But women don't just naturally start wrestling with each other since the age of fucking 2 either, right? And men do that. So like they have no problem going hands-on. A woman, it's different. And so for me, I've been fighting since I've been 5 years old. I've been a martial arts since I've been 5 years old. I've been a martial arts instructor since I have been 13 years old. So I have a lot of experience with going hands-on. It's not new to me to get my fucking face knocked in. It is not new to me to get punched fucking square in the nose and have to fight my way out of it when my eyes are fucking, can't even think. I can't even breathe, can't even see anything, and I have to fight my way out of it. It's not new for me. So, the going in the hands-on, while it's still nerve-wracking, I don't give a fuck who you are. For me, I was like, okay, whatever, I'm gonna fucking whoop this motherfucker's ass. And if he fucking thinks if he thinks anything else, I'll fucking tase him and whatever, right? Like, I just had that mindset. I didn't give a fuck. And I just see a lot of women do not have that mindset. They're not feisty like me. And the only reason why is because they just don't have that foundation of taking care of themselves. And so, if you're listening to this and you're a female in law enforcement, or you are going to be, hoping to be in law enforcement, please go fucking take some, jujitsu classes and some fucking boxing classes. Because I will tell you that 80% of all fights end up on the ground. While that is true, you also need to learn how to fucking land a punch. And I can tell you that while, our academy in Maine is very intense, and we live there for 18 weeks, and it has a really good self-defense curriculum. 18 weeks just is not enough. And then a fucking 4-hour refresher every year just is not enough. It just isn't, because that's not going to make muscle memory for you. What you need to be doing is going every single week, and you need to be practicing, and you need to get your ass handed to you, because that's the only way that you're going to learn. But you want to do it in a controlled environment, right? Like where you're really not fucking going to get killed. And so, we're in a world where everybody's a fucking MMA fighter. I'm telling you right now, you need to be up on that, especially as a female. And that's going to be how, the guys that you work with and girls that you work with, that's how they're going to learn to trust you. I need to know that you've got my back. That's the number one thing I give a fuck about. I'll tell you right now, you could be a fucking soup sandwich. You could your reports could be awful. You could not fucking stop anybody but grandma, and I don't give a shit. Okay. If you are good backup, I don't give a fuck. I have your back all day long. Don't you worry about it. You never have to worry. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you've got everything else together and you're a fucking superstar and everything else, but you're awful backup, you're dead to me. I'm telling you. And I think, and I'm not the only one who feels like that. I know a lot of, officers, a lot of sheepdogs, they all feel like that, because that's all we have. We're literally in a fucking war with our own country right now. And that's all we have is each other. And if you fucking suck as backup, man, I don't even know why the fuck you're in the job. I really don't. Because what are you going to do? You're nothing but a problem. And I'm not trying to shit. I'm not trying to shit on you. I'm bringing it to you real, like I always do, but just fucking make a change. Okay. If this is you, male or female, get your ass to a fucking gym and start figuring it the fuck out. Start taking some self-defense classes. I know for myself, I'm starting up, female first responder self-defense classes, because I think that it is so fucking needed. And I think that, the confidence to handle yourself is key. It's literally life-changing. If you have the confidence to fucking handle yourself, you'll literally have the confidence to do fucking anything. And it shows. That's the thing, okay? The people you work with, they fucking see that. I'm going to give you a little piece of advice, okay? I'm going to tell you a story, and I'm going to give you this advice. When I was my first job as a police officer on the road, I was on FTO. I'm doing my first traffic stop, okay? I'm so fucking nervous with my FTO. I'm on the road I live on, okay? And on my traffic stop, I totally forgot the name of the road. I didn't know where the fuck I was. I was fucking freaking out because, as you know, if you're a first responder, right? If you're a cop, it seems so easy, cause we do fucking traffic stops so many times a day. But when you're a fucking rookie, man, there's so much going on and you're like, oh my God. So here I am trying to figure this out. Okay. And especially when you're a rookie, you can't multitask yet. You have no fucking clue what the hell's going on. And you will forget your fucking own name most of the time. And then all of a sudden, so here I am trying to figure that out. Okay. So just picture this fucking female who forgets where the fuck she is, even though I'm directly in front of my house. My FTO was very quick to point that out. He's like, we are right in front of your house. I'm like, dude, I don't fucking know what the name of the road is. What the fuck is it? Cause I was trying to tell dispatch. Anyways, so here I am trying to do that. And I go up and deal with this. And here I am. I'm like, okay, I got his license, registration, proof of insurance. What do I do? My FTO was like, go give it back right fucking now. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, go fucking give it back. So I'm like, so I fucking go give it fucking back. Give the guy a warning for fucking speed. I don't know. This guy's day. I run back to my car. Fucking go code. We gotta go to this fucking address. They have this guy and he was a felon and he was running and fucking holy shit, right? So can you imagine? My fucking heart is in my chest. It must have been fucking beating 200 beats per minute. I'm in the fucking black. I don't even know. Okay. Cause this is my fucking first or second day on FTO. And next thing I know, we're in a fucking foot chase. Out of my fucking car. I'm in a goddamn foot chase. And let me fucking tell you about me. Mama don't like to run. You know what I'm saying? But here I fucking am in these goddamn new boots. And if you know anything about new boots, they fucking suck to run in. Cause I was in Corcoran's. And so, anyway, so here I am doing that. And I've got, an extra fucking 15, 20 pounds on me, and I'm a rookie. And it's just awkward at first. It's awkward all the time, but especially at first. And so next thing I know, we fucking get this guy, and there's like fucking, I don't know, it's 3 or 4 cops and whatever. And the guy's fighting. Guy's just actively resisting, and they're trying to take him down. And there was a choice. There was a decision in my head I had to make at that moment. And it was a split second decision, but it was, okay, there's like 3 or 4 guys bigger than me, and they're going in on it. Now I could be the girl that fucking stands back, or I could be the girl that gets fucking in the fight. Doesn't matter. And I got the fucking in the fight, and it didn't matter. And then because I got in, I helped him down quicker. And I mean, he's still actively kicking and fucking resisting. And it was just this big nightmare. And so, I secured his feet, and everything was all good. But that was a decision I had to make. And if you're a female or if you're a male, doesn't matter, but specifically females, because you're going to be judged for this. Don't be the female that just stands back. Don't be the female that will just stand behind other officers. You need to be the one who's going to be fucking in the fight, because that is how you are going to, that's how you're going to earn your trust. They trusted me. Now, from that day on, my FTO told me that was the right fucking decision. Don't you ever make a fucking decision that varies from that, ever, because now I know you have my back and I like you. Okay, thanks. And we can move forward, right? So it's going to help you moving forward. Okay. It's going to help you. It's going to help you establish your reputation. You want the badass reputation. You want to be a badass. You want to have that reputation. You don't want to be a fucking priss. And let me fucking tell you, law enforcement's a small fucking world. And I'm going to tell you, everybody talks. So if you are a priss, I promise every cop from fucking one end of the state to the other is going to know you within your first month on the fucking agency. And they're all going to know you're a priss, and you don't want that. Okay. Just remember, this is my last point. Okay. If you're here, I want to thank you so much for staying and listening to me. As you can see, this is one of my longer shows because I'm extremely passionate about this and I have a lot to say about this. But the last thing I want to talk to you about, and this goes for male or female, but again, like I said, I'm really harping on the females, is your respect is earned. It is never fucking given. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. As a rookie, you are not respected. You are a piece of shit. Okay. And you've got to work your way up to the top. And I did, I'll tell you, I fucking, the shit that I had to do, I had to go train with the fucking SWAT team. And I'm just this fucking little rookie who's got no goddamn clue what the hell's going on. I'm training with the SWAT team. I'm their dummy. I'm taking fucking paintballs. I'm doing all these things. I'm fighting these guys. I had to fight the deputy chief. I'll never forget that. Fucking 3rd or 4th or 5th day on, I'm fighting the deputy chief. And let me just tell you, this deputy chief, he's not a fucking old guy. Guy's young, jacked hockey player, fucking awesome. And I respect him. I still do to this day a ton, but I had to fucking fight him, man. And let me tell you, that was unique. But a lot of girls would have fucking froze, but because of my self-defense, I just said, fuck it. I knew he was going to overpower me. I just jumped on his back and fucking choked him. There was nothing else I could have done. So I did that and it was good. Would I do that on the road? Probably not, but I didn't fucking matter at that point, but I just had to show the guys, all the guys were watching to see what I would do, and it is fucking nerve wracking. Okay. But just remember that respect is earned. And if you do the thing, if you do the things that, I've told you here, you're going to earn that respect. Don't come into this job with your eyes wide shut, just like I did. I had no idea. Nobody told me this stuff, but I'm here telling it to you so you could be prepared. You got to know it's hard. It's every aspect of this job is hard, from fucking, everything from day fucking 1, minute 1, you decide that you're putting your application in to become a fucking police officer. It's hard. It just is. It's hard because you've got to, you got to prove yourself in the oral board and you've got to pass the fucking, all the fucking tests and the lie detector tests and just all that shit. It's hard. And then you get in and then you're on FTO and everyone's been talking about you for a week because now they know that you're hired and they're talking about you, and everyone, I'll tell you, all the guys on that agency is going to go to your Facebook and all your social media and they're going to creep on you. And That's why I'm telling you, it's very, very, very important for you to have your shit together and be professional and have it on lock. Don't be one of these fucking bitches that got shit faced her entire, fucking college career, which is no problem. I'm not going to shit on you for that. Okay. But just don't have it all over your social media, because I'll tell you right now, they're going to fucking hold that shit against you. Okay. Don't be the one who's remembered as a slut. Okay. Try to keep it together. Just do things fucking under the radar. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, don't, and the one thing, and then I'll stop keying off. But, the one thing that really bothers me is when these girls go and try to be, beautiful as a police officer. Listen, I think you're beautiful. I'm, you're a beautiful woman, right? All women are. I think all women are beautiful in their own way. Don't get it twisted. And don't think I don't like dressing up, and don't think I don't like looking like a fucking woman. That was my favorite part of my days off. Ask my fiance. Okay. Like, I would actually look like a girl on my days off. But while I was on duty, I fit in. I looked like a guy and I fit in, and it caused a lot less issues for me. And that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother show, but I'm just going to leave you with us. Earn your fucking respect. Earn your trust. Be professional. Don't expect to get handed anything just because you have a vagina. Don't take shit. Do not take disrespect. Do not be walked all over. Develop your command presence and go and learn how to handle yourself. Go learn how to protect yourself. Even if you're on the job right now, go take some classes, go learn how to punch, go learn how to fucking take people down, learn what to do when you're on your back. Fucking don't mess around, because shit's real. And we don't have time for you to fucking get hurt. You know what I'm saying? All right. So again, if you like this episode, if it meant anything to you, maybe it triggered you a little bit, maybe it didn't, share it. Let people know. We want to get the word out. I'm trying to do things a little bit differently than everyone else. I'm trying to really bring the heat the way that I see it, without having to deal with any politics, because I can literally say whatever it is I want to. If you have ideas for show topics and you want me to talk about it, go onto my Instagram at @TheLadySheepdog. DM me. Let me know. And if you could be so kind to give this a rating, I'd really appreciate that. Let me know what your feedback is. And I will see you next Tuesday. Tuesdays when I release these. And I will see you for another episode on Tuesday. All right. Bye.